morning. I just took Tunes for a quick morning walk and was about to start getting ready for the day, but realized I need some fuel. I really drink smoothies most in spring and summer and coffee most in fall and winter, and I've really been switching up my smoothie game lately. And I feel like this right here has made such a difference in my smoothies. So I wanted to walk you through a little bit of what I do for my smoothies in the morning or throughout the day whenever I'm needing a little fresh filling pick-me-up. Okay, I used to pack all kinds of different stuff in my smoothies, and I do like adding as much as I can, but since we've had Bloom, I've actually just been adding these instead of all my different scoops of things, because most of the stuff that I was putting in my smoothies is literally right here in this. There's a fiber blend, a green superfood blend, pre and probiotic blend, fruit and vegetable blend, antioxidant beauty blend, digestive enzyme blend, and adaptogen blend. So lots of good things that I love being able to put in my smoothies. We have mango and berry, and which actually works out because these are the two fruit options that I usually like to use. Okay, I've got my ice. I've probably got about 7 or 8 cubes in there. I like for mine to be really just fresh. I want a fresh, not super thick smoothie now, and so I'm adding some ice. I have been adding this Uncle Matt's orange juice. This is my favorite orange juice in the world. 1 ingredient, orange juice. So I've not perfected this just yet, so y'all bear with me, but I've just been pouring, sure. That was probably a little much, but that's okay. And then I am gonna just add this Greek style coconut milk yogurt. It's a strawberry flavor. I love strawberry smoothies. I don't love the texture of a lot of fruit. Like I don't love the texture of many berries, including strawberries, because it has like the weird, I just can't do it, but I love the flavor. So smoothies are just such a good option for me. And this frozen spinach that I have, like we only use it for smoothies. So at this point, I'm just kind of trying to get rid of it. So I'm just gonna add not too much. I kind of just break some off in there. It's frozen and that'll be good. I have been staring at these 2 bags for so long. I just can't decide which I want to go with. Like I'm drawn to the mango, but I've been doing the berry and it's been so good. I think I'm gonna go berry. When we were in Puerto Rico, I was talking to Sydney about how much I miss my Bloom, and I meant to bring it with me and forgot. And we were just chatting all things Bloom. And she was like, do you follow their founder on Instagram? And I was like, no. Do I need to be? And she was like, yeah. So I've only been following her for like a week now, but I really enjoyed following her, and I'm excited. Okay, my fruit is like all frozen together, so I'm just breaking up chunks of it. I wish I had a little bit more strawberries. I know there's like a few strawberries in here, but I need some more. And then lastly, do I want to add some more blueberries or cherries? Oh my god, you guys. There's still probably 1 scoop in there, but wait, I should have checked. Oh, we're down to our last bit of it. Okay, we love it. Berry's Annica's favorite. So this is like our probably 3rd of berry. And now we blend. She is looking a little dry, so I am gonna add a little bit of water as well. It's funny because you just never know. I feel like I make it this exact way every single morning, but because I don't use exact measurements, it tastes kind of different every day. Still good. What am I, do you do that thing where you're trying to figure out what you're tasting? What am I tasting? Maybe it's the pomegranate. It's something, this is nice. I am very glad that I went with berry. I like berry in the morning and like mango when I'm doing like an afternoon post-workout, post-walk treat, you know? What a good way to start my morning. So I've got some orange juice in here. I've got an antioxidant berry mix in here. I have got Bloom in here. And the reason that I was missing my Bloom so much in Puerto Rico is because it helps with digestion and bloating and energy and all of those things I was struggling with. And traveling has become such an issue with bloating. So I can never forget that again, but I'm happy to be back home with my Bloom again. All right, let's go get ready for the day. I've been busy the last 15 minutes. Good morning, my name is Jennica and welcome back to our channel. I'm so excited to have you here today for the vlog. It's gonna be a good one. I have seen the comments. I've seen your comments, and I know we want an updated current spring makeup routine. So that's what we're doing. Now, let's talk about what I have on my face first and foremost, because prep is just as important, and skin is really the basis of makeup. So your skin has got to be laid right, primed, prepped, ready to go before we start putting stuff on. Now, that doesn't mean you have to get anything crazy. I don't use primers really or anything. I just use moisturizers as my prep, but it really truly kind of depends on your skin and what works best for you. I always start off with this guy. I'm a glow screen stan. This stuff right here has changed my life. I have been using it probably 2 years now, and it's so good. I like it better than I like any foundation. It does have SPF 40, which is great for the base because I really don't let any sun rays hit this face directly without any SPF on it. So that lays some nice groundwork, and honestly, I just love, it doesn't have any sort of, does it have a scent? No, it doesn't have any sort of scent. Look how glowy my face looks. And this is all I have on. Like when I have pool days, my hot girl walk, this is all that I'm wearing. Isn't that so nice? So nice and glowy. Okay, I really don't put that much product on my forehead. I have like a 3 head. And so I don't really put a ton of stuff up there. Okay, next. I have been loving, this is my second bottle of this Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Concealer. I like this one. I think I'm gonna try the Kosas one next, just because I've had this one a couple times and I do like it, so might as well change it up. And now I always know I can go back to this one because I really do like it. But I like to try out other things, especially with different seasons. Like sometimes your face just needs some resets. As you saw for this concealer, I like to apply a spot here and here. The inner corner I take and I work I keep it all under my eye, and then once I get to this little dab, I kind of use it to make a straight line this way, and then just also come back in and meet the other concealer. So for my mouth, I like to do a couple like around my smile line. I've got a little zip there, maybe a dot here and here. That's about it. I mean, sometimes my face is dotted all over and sometimes I don't have to have that many. So fortunately right now is one of those times where I don't have to have. Sorry, I'm like looking over at my mirror this way. I could also just use this mirror as well. Okay, next up are brows. Now we are getting our brows done today, so I'm not going to do too much to them. I do get my eyebrows tinted, but normally if it's close to those end days, it is faded and I will need to kind of go in with something else. I love this Huda Beauty Bomb Brows pen. It is so nice. Now listen, my brow girl actually did recommend this to me. Look at how tiny that pencil, like it will break off, so you can only have like a teensy tiny bit showing. It is the best. I'm not gonna put this on today because I am getting my brows done, but okay, I'm not gonna put anything no, I will, because I'll need to wipe off some makeup right there too. So this is what I use every single day though. We're on our last leg of it too. This is the Refi Brow Gel and I love it. Let me get a little bit closer here. You put it in your brow and it does kind of like a lot of product come off. That's about all the product I want. So then I'll start taking the other side of the brush that doesn't have a lot and kind of spreading it through. Same with this guy. And then once the product is all kind of combed through there, then you just screw the lid back on, pop this little lid off, and it's got some tools you can use to make your brows so snatched. And I like the lamination. Like look, I also get my brows laminated, so I like for them to kind of be pushed up and over. Nice! Next, we move on to contour or like bronzing of the face. Where's she at? Hello? I love my Fenty Beauty contour stick. I do also want to try the Mario one, so maybe I'll do that when this runs out, but I've had this girl for forever. She's still trucking, so I don't think I'll have to replace this for a while. Which I also don't use that much product. This is to create some shadowing down here, you know, for that little chin. That's about enough. I'm not going full glam. If I was doing more today, I would put a little bit more on. But basically my like spring daytime routine is just like a more simplified version of when I go full out, you know? For my contour, I like to use this really dense, like skinny straight brush. It is a Morphe M159. So if that helps you at all. But I like to have the control to be able to kind of keep it in a line. See how good that just fades out. And then we blend. There are so many different ways to contour your nose. I feel like you should definitely find somebody that has a nose that looks like yours and see how they're contouring it. One of my favorite ways is I saw it on TikTok, you kind of come from right here and come to more of a V, like right here come to a V, and then you do kind of like a little circle right here, and it does good. But I like to just snatch my nose into to the side. Okay, it does look way more blended out in person than it does on camera, but that's not to fret because we're not done with like bronzing up our face. We're just moving on to the next step for now because we're using more cream products. So I have 5 favorite blushes. Yeah, I have 5 favorite blushes. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 6 favorite blushes. So I'm going to talk about all of them really quick and then we'll talk about what I'm using mostly for the summer. This Benefit by Benefit is a liquid, and it is crazy. It's like a lip and cheek tint, and I put like 3 or 4 dots here. This is the only brush that I use for blush, okay? This is the Real Techniques 200 brush, and it's called the Expert Face Brush. Real Techniques is our like favorite for beauty blenders and most of our brushes that we like love. So, but this brush is game changer for blushes. Love the Benetint. We can't talk about blushes without talking about what Miss Gomez did with this right here. She put her whole back into this, and this is a brand new one. I've been using these like since it came out. This Happy is my favorite color. This is only the second one. They don't run out of product because you have to use, this is the one we're gonna be using, so we'll go ahead and put a little bit of it on. I like bring this out, dust it off, put like this much. We take our Real Techniques brush, and I first get it out of those 3 like circles. I don't want it into that shape because it can like start staying, you know. I don't want to focus on one side and then I come over here and there's like 3 circles left. So I immediately kind of just start blending, and I go back and forth and around and kind of in my little eye right here and up here and across there here. We just get a little crazy with blush. I really just want it to look like I've been in the sun all day, you know. I've just got a little bit of sun on my face or blushed up, okay? That is, I mean, that is so good. This is the best blush of all time. I'm prepared to say it. Next up, we'll stick with another Rare Beauty one. This is the Nearly Neutral like pod blush. Ooh. She's a little dirty, but it's like a cream blush, and I love it. This is more of a winter shade for me because it's like mauve-y color. This guy I love. This is the Nude Sticks, like cheek and lip little guy. I got this from Ulta. This color is in Sweet Cheeks, and it is so fun. Essentially, you just kind of like put a couple dots on your cheek, and I just use my finger to like blend it in, and it's really good. It's also a very glowy. I would say that these have been more winter. Now, I've not used this in summer, so I don't know how I'm gonna, but I feel like I like to be more pinkies in the summer and like mauves and reds in the winter. Speaking of reds, yeah, look at that. This is not a summertime blush for me, but this guy really pops off like October through January. Look how pretty that is. You would think that it's too red, but it's just not. I wish I could show you all of them, but we're focused. Lastly, it is as good as everybody says it is. I mean, it really is. This is the Dior Backstage Rosy Glow Pink Blush. Look at this pink. Is that the most insane thing you've ever seen or what? Look at that. It's perfect. Okay, so after I put my Rare Beauty cream blush on, I will take some of this and just brighten it up just a tad. And I like to kind of put powder products over the top of cream sometimes, just because I feel like it helps them stay in place a little bit more. Now that our blush is on our face, I'm going to go back in with some bronzing products. This time I'm going to use my Fenty. This is called Island Ting. It is so nice. Okay, it's so nice. I actually started using this blush after Laguna last year when Audrey had it, and it just was so pretty, and I really like it. And now that allows us to kind of, because I don't like for my blush to be super just like in your face, so I feel like doing the contour first, then the blush kind of allows those to mix, and then I can kind of put a little bit more bronze on my face. I always grab the side of my nose, up here. I always use my bronzing brush to go all the way down my neck because we can't be having 2 different shades here, people. Did anybody see this happen? Because I just looked down and I was like, what's going, it had to be the lip, it had to be this guy. But I don't even know how it got out. Where it came from. Moving right along. Okay, now I like to, since it is kind of first thing in the morning and we're going to have this makeup on for the whole day, I am going to put a little bit of powder. I like the Patrick Starr One Size setting powder. This is just in the translucent. Honestly, I've got to get my hands on the Huda pink one. The pink powder on my face is definitely the best. I've only ever been able to get it a couple times. It's always sold out everywhere. This just helps prevent creases under the eye, or like, you know, it helps truly just set your makeup in place. During the summer, I don't kind of like if it was winter and it was dry, I probably would put this all over and set. But again, I'm wanting that kind of glowy look, so I'm only going to do kind of the places that I put concealer. So like right around here and right around here. Next up, I'm going to start on my eyes. I'm kind of only rotating between 3 eyeshadow palettes right now. This is the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes. It's all mattes. There's no shimmers in there, and it's just like browns. It's very, very, very nice. And I love every single product I've ever tried by Makeup by Mario. Wait, there's an eyeliner we'll talk about later that is just Whoa. Also, I've been wanting a Pat McGrath palette for forever, and I saw this one in New York. This is the color that drew my eye, and I've really used it so much, but I've also used all of them, and I really like it. This adds such a fun little summer shimmer. And then lastly, I love this Nars palette. This is the Summer Unrated. Obviously a good palette for some. I lost the whole eyeshadow. Where did it go? Oh my god. Oh my god. Nobody moved. It fell out in a perfect square too, so I should be able to save it. Where in the world? I'll be back. Okay, I've shoved her back in there and I think she's safe. This is the Nars palette that I love. It's got some just really good colors, and I think that there is a good mixture of shimmers and neutrals in this one as well. So I think that I'm gonna take, actually I'll go with this palette. I like this top corner guy up here. So first I just take a like bigger eyeshadow, kind of fluffy brush, take the lightest shade that I can find and start at my eyelid, get that nice and in there, and then blend it out and up. I always blend like kind of at this way when I'm blending eyeshadow, because you want your eye to kind of be like elongated and not like, I don't want it to come down this way, so I always just blend in an upward angle. Okay, and then just because I've not been feeling eyeshadow vibes lately, I'm gonna take this other like light brown color, maybe mix it in a little bit with this lighter, and I just kind of insinuate the line that I'm gonna be putting liner at. When I put eyeshadow on, I try to keep it in like this from crease down part of my lid, so that I can always blend up and out, because if you start getting darker colors up here, you can't really blend. I always also bring underneath my eyeliner. I think it just makes it look a little bit more cohesive and sultry. Now we're ready to move on to eyeliner. I literally only use the One Size by Patrick Starr. I do love, I have a Physicians formula. I like brown eyeliner for like daytime and pretty much any other, unless I'm going to like a formal event, I don't wear black eyeliner. I like the way brown just is a little bit less harsh. So I use the brown eyeliner. The Patrick Starr one is so good, but also the Physicians formula from Target, the brown, is very, very good as well. Today I'm going to use this Makeup by Mario one just because I have to show you guys how cool this product is. It just looks like a regular eye pencil, okay? And this is for people that feel like they're not super great at eyeliner but want to start doing a little bit more with it. This is such a cool product. You take the eyeliner. I'm going to get a little bit closer so you guys can see. Okay, we're going to take the Makeup by Mario. What is this specifically called? Well, it's been shaved off. So it's something pro pencil, the perfect brown. You basically just scribble, okay? Does not have to be perfect. Scribble. Then you turn it around to this side, okay? How nice is that? Then you just go like this. This is just a brush that does not have any product or anything on it. It's simply just to like help fan this liner. And a lot of times this works so well, I will even use this as my like base for the liquid, because it allows, like the way that the product can just glide, it really does make such a beautiful line. A rule of thumb, if you're getting into like wanting to put lines out, you're supposed to kind of connect like draw a straight line from right here and see where that line would end. Does that make sense? Like across your pupil and see. I hope that makes sense. So I'm just gonna add a little bit more. I like to get started on the eye and then I'll add a little bit more. Listen, I am gonna be honest with y'all right now. I think because I lost one of the lids, so I'm down to one lid and I just use it for both ends. And I must have just left it off this end and dried this pencil out, because usually it just glides on so easily, and I'm thinking that I dried it out. So that's unfortunate, but it wasn't as smooth as it normally is, but that's okay, that's okay. All I'm gonna do is take this small, teeny tiny brush and some brown eyeshadow and just kind of smudge the line a little bit more, because it doesn't need to be perfect, as long as it's kind of there doing its thing. That looks so much better, so much better. I also always go in with brown shadow and kind of smudge along the top of this is not just because I didn't like the way this was turned out, like it makes such a difference to have. I put it right there and then just work all around it. Nice, okay. Should we add a little shimmer? We'll just add a little pink shimmer right here in the inner corner. Okay. Next up, this step is important, okay? This step is important. This is Makeup by Mario Master Matte's Brightening Eye Pencil in Light 1. This is a waterline brightener, but it's not white. Like, I feel like white is just so harsh, especially for a 31-year-old. So I love this Mario one. It is such the perfect color. It goes on so well. Watch. Okay. Look at the difference in this eye and this eye. This one looks so much brighter. That's crazy. So it's the perfect color. A nice hack for when you're really in a rush in the mornings and getting ready. The bronzer that you're using is the best eyeshadow. I love just wearing bronzer as eyeshadow. I honestly should have done that today because I'm already feeling like I don't need this much. But this is what I do like when I'm, you know, bopping around for the summer. Next up, we are gonna add some freckles. This is my freckle pen. I love this guy. This is my favorite one that I've tried, and I've literally still only ever bought one. It's lasted so long. It's linked in my Amazon shop, by the way. But for rule of thumb with freckles, I like to kind of build up around like the contour parts of my nose. So I'll like go down the side and then go down this side. I like to put like one or two here so it doesn't look, makes it look a little bit more natural. That's our nose. Then I just start dabbing. I only do like 4 to 6 at a time because you can kind of, when I start doing this, it kind of moves some of those dots other places too. So it really helps. It looks super natural. And I do have freckles underneath here, but I don't like covering up. But especially during the summer, I feel like extra sun-kissed when I've got some freckles. I do just try to mimic what I've got going on under there, but you can do anything with these guys. I love them. Okay, we are moving right along to highlight. These are the only 2 highlights that I use. This is a Weston Altier. It's such a cool highlighter. I can't even explain to you. I'll just have to show you. This is like the most gorgeous, iridescent, glowy, creamy highlight to ever exist. It's so good. Next up, we have this Rare Beauty highlight. This is in the shade Mesmerize. Selena Gomez just knows what she's doing in every single aspect of life. And this right here is just, look at that. The glow that it gives. I did have to go steal this from Annica's bedroom before I started filming because I knew she had it because she always steals this from me. This is so good. I'll just put one on you. I'll put a little bit. I feel like I have to show. Highlight's one thing that you can't, like it's not like blush. You can see the color super well. So get ready for this. You're gonna have to come in closer to this one. Here's my face. Here's the highlight. We are going to kind of start dabbing. I just do some dabs and then I just go with my finger and kind of go on the, like around where I was just at. Then over the top. Okay. Are we seeing? Look at that. It just looks like I'm glistening. Y'all are really close. You can't judge me this close, okay? And then I'm gonna dab some on this side. The window's not over here, so you might not be able to see that. Do you see it's got like almost a purple and pinky sheen to it? I can't get enough of it. It's so good. I'm almost out and I've got to get some more because they don't sell it in store as close to me. I have to get it online, but I get it from Sephora. I'll have everything linked below, by the way. Then I always just put a little bit on my nose. And I love taking a little bit on my finger. And then kind of go in here and then at the top to just really pop those spots. I just love it. I can't get it enough. I can put it all over my whole body. Look how glowy my face is. It's this guy. Like it is so, so good. Okay, and just to show you how crazy this is, because I know a lot of people prefer powder brushes or powder blushes, and this one's a lot easier accessible to get. But ready? It's so nice. Let me just give you a little. I mean, it's so gorgeous. Like it literally just looks wet. Gorgeous. Here is the Physicians Formula that I was talking about, that it's so good. It really is such a good option for brown liquid liner. Okay, next. I'm just never not gonna be a pillow talk girly, you know? I'm just never gonna stop loving and giving the credit that Miss Charlotte Tilbury deserves for creating this masterpiece that is Pillow Talk. There are several different like Pillow Talk medium, Pillow Talk dark, but essentially it's just like this pinky mauve color. I feel like it looks a lot like the actual color of my lips, so that's why I like to wear it. I have that lip mask on, so like lip liner is a little bit hard to put on right now, but I always, for the top, I start at my cupid's bow and go up, go all the way down on the top. You don't have to go all the way to the corner on the bottom, but go all the way to the corner on the top. Okay? Look at the difference in this and not, you know? Can you tell? I can. All the way down. I'm doing this without looking. Okay. Liner's on. Okay. And then after the liner, y'all know with me, gloss. Ooh, should I do that? Oh, I forgot all kinds of products I could do. I love this Fenty lip stain. It's really, really nice. Look at this. Look at this applicator. Look at that color. So good. I also love these like Glossier eyeshadow. These are available at Sephora now, which is nice, but essentially they're like just little eyeshadow things. You can throw some on your lid, make it shiny around. It's so convenient. So those are available at Sephora now with Glossier. But I guess we'll just put on, ooh, let's do this. This is I got this in a little kit at the front. Pat McGrath. Pat McGrath is kind of expensive, so I like to get little mini stuff as my little mini palette and my little mini of this. I got this at checkout at Sephora, and it is so good. I love a Pat McGrath gloss. I only have one huge one. It's called like Flesh Fantasy or something. What did this look called? Nude Venus. Okay, Pat. And lastly, for lashes, I feel like I've worked so hard to get my lashes healthy and long and strong, and I have finally done that. So I use Rapid Lash to make them long, and I use a mixture of vitamin E oil and collagen, maybe? I have a little mixture of things that I do for like strength, but I always kind of comb through them first with this silicone. This is silicone up here, so I like it better than like the ones with the, because I can wash the stuff doesn't get caught as much as when they're like bristle. And these are also linked in my Amazon shop. I'll then curl my lashes. This, I think it's like the Shiseido brand. Yeah, Shiseido. I did spend like $18 on this eyelash curler, and you're thinking I can get an eyelash curler for $4.99. Those $4.99 ones don't stay all day like this one does, baby. I'm telling you, it was worth it. There's not many things, there's a lot of things I could find dupes for, but having just like a good quality lash curler, it's game changer. And I've really never been a lash curler girl. Lastly, I just love L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara. This and Buxom has a really great mascara, but this, I always go back to this Telescopic. I do also have it in waterproof for the summer, which is very, very nice. I like to be able to stick with the same one. But the bristles look pretty much non-existent. This is, they're for, Telescopic is for like length, but I feel like it gives me volume and stuff too. So I really, really love. Look at the difference. How nice is that? That is such, it's just such a good mascara. I'm obsessed. Last step, this is the most important part, and I'm telling you, this Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Set and Refresh Spray, this, your makeup doesn't move all day with this. Okay, and then because I'm a crazy person, I will just add a little bit more blush. When I'm all said and done, I will just put a tad bit more blush on just to make sure, you know, that you can see me coming. Okay, and that is the final summer glowy makeup look that I have been doing and that you guys have been loving and I have been loving. So I will let you know if I change anything, find any new products. Let me know. Some of those products I mentioned, like the Kosas concealer and some other things. Actually, wait, speaking of Kosas, you guys. This is like one product that I recommend to all my friends, and all of my friends have like gotten it since then. This is what I take. This is my little like makeup purse that I've got, like my little, I've got a perfume, I've got a gloss, I've got a liner, different stuff like that in here. But this right here is what I use this 100 times when I'm out throughout the day. This is the Kosas Feathery Cloud Set powder, and it's like a pressed powder. I mean, it's literally almost done. And then this is, I think, a Real Techniques brush. Shocker. It's like just a little mini brush, and it's pretty dense. And I take it and you just barely blot. You guys, it's game changer. It just makes your face look like you've got a filter on it. It's really, really nice. This is like probably one of the, if I had to like pick 5 things, I was gonna say 1 and then 3 and then 5, ended up with 5. This for sure, this Rare Beauty blush. I like the shade Happy. There's so many good shades though. I do have a big old bright summer shade. Wait, I can bring that out again, y'all. I'll have to find it, but I have a bright one of these that I've literally not used since last summer, so I'll have to find that. Okay, next up, honestly, get you some Telescopic mascara next time you're at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Target, everywhere. This is gonna be number 3. I guess this will be the top 3. Those are the top 3. Coming in 4th place, I think, will be this highlight because it's just so cool and so good and so great. And then number 5 might be the Rare Beauty highlight. Oh, or this. This I can't live without. This I cannot live without. Okay, I'm gonna go do some house stuff, house chores, and work a little bit before my eyebrow appointment, and I think that Annika has a couple errands, so we'll check in later. Okay, here's a brow before and a brow after ready. Woo! And they're done. They do look a little crazy right now because they have some dye on them. They still need to set, but look at them laying where they're supposed to. Essentially, I got the brow lamination today, and that basically just like perms, look at this still, perms your brows into place. And then I also got a little tint to dyed them a little bit. So I need to kind of leave them alone tonight. Maybe in the morning I'll show you what they look like. Well, we did make it to the mall, but Annika just went in. She looked online to see, because isn't it something that was just released? The Rare Beauty lip oils.
The Rare Beauty lip oil and Happy I wanted to get for prom. But
Happy's the blush color I use.
I know, it's the blush color I use too, and I was so excited because it's pink and it's gorgeous and I really, really wanted it. It says it was still in stock online. Was not still in stock. And then we know I love the bronzy drops from Drunk Elephant. And
you can have mine. Do you need some more?
No.
Okay.
I went in for the rosy drops.
Oh, okay.
And this is the first time they've been on stock online in so long. Do not have them.
She's like, can y'all please stop yapping and taking me to the freaking park?
Yeah.
Oh, she's about to start barking at somebody. Somebody just walked by. So, I think that she's gonna drop us off at the park. Also, look what we're in. Do y'all remember what my car looks like? We're in my car for the first time in forever. But, she's gonna drop us off at the park. There's another Sephora that's in a Kohl's here. So she's gonna pop in and see that. What is up, party people? We're back from our walk and we're cooking steak tonight. And this is where I run into issues with myself because I'm not feeling steak tonight. I don't feel like a heavy, intense meat and potato situation, but this is the day that the steak needs to be cooked. Like I don't need to wait until tomorrow. So we're having steak tonight, which is gonna be so fun. I'm really excited about this recipe. I got it from Pinterest. I showed you the garlic steak and potatoes in the skillet. So I'm very excited about that. But before we do that, I did want to mention that I've been talking about my books lately and I've been loving it, and so y'all have too. So I wanted to tell you what I have been listening to because I think it was literally just last vlog. I was like, I'm having a hard time with my walks now because I'm not having a hard time. I'm not looking forward to my walks as much because I don't have something I'm excited about to listen to. Like I feel like you like to work out, you're okay with driving, you like to go on your walks when you've got something to look forward to. And I finally found another book that I only have an hour and 29 minutes left in it, but it's good. Weaselton Rogers, no sir. It is good. Okay, so it is by Lisa Gardner, and I did not even realize that it was a sequel to a book I've already read by her. And I remember being like, I really like, because I have been like this since I was in elementary school. When I was in like 7th grade, maybe not 7th, maybe more like high school, I read my first Jodi Picoult book, and I read every single book that she ever, actually in elementary school, I read every single, like I would find an author and read all their books. You know what I'm saying? So Before She Disappeared was the first one that I read, and it is by, like I said, Lisa Gardner, and it was so good. And it's about this woman. She's dedicated her life to like helping find missing people. Like that's just what she does. She's good at it. She's got a background that she talks about too, but essentially she just like goes to these different towns and helps find these missing people. So the first one was great, lots of twists and turns, and then this one was called One Step Too Far. So like I said, I have an hour and 29 minutes left of it, and it is so good. So I can't decide, like that's the perfect time for a walk tomorrow, but I'm like in the good part, so I really want to know what happens. I'm gonna have to finish it tonight. Okay, I'm gonna start playing this and let's prepare a meal together. Will you read my book to me?
Getting your selection from Audible. Resuming One Step Too Far.
Yay! Okay, let's go. My farmer's market potatoes. Convinced that I followed directions very well, so I don't really, I don't have much faith in. Is it hot? I'm making Annika be my tester guinea pig. How's the steak? Why aren't you making that face? What happened?
I'm trying to take it all in. You told me to take it all in.
What's going on? It's not good.
No, it's good.
Okay.
Maybe just like sear it a little bit.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Okay.
That's why I took all the juice out. S. No flavor. Hot. What is it? Is there any flavor whatsoever? No.
Salt.
Really? Y'all, it's not calling for anything. It wants me to put the potatoes back in this pan with all the stuff.
They definitely need to be crispier.
Yeah, that's why I have to put them in the air fryer, because I was like, we need some crispiness.
They definitely need to be crispier.
I'm not good at cooking steak because I don't know steak.
You're good at cooking steak. Steak is not your best forte because you do have to follow specific directions, and you don't like to follow directions when cooking.
I know.
So
I think I did something wrong, and I was reading the directions, and then they wanted me to pay 99 cents because usually I get it to like the printable version, so everything's like right there. And when I said click to print, it said pay 99 cents and you can print this off, and I was like, well, can I not just see the whole recipe right here? So I went back and scrolled 300 different times, and there it was. So
it just, it's maybe if we had some like parm, it would be fun. Okay. No, it's good.
It's not you, it's me.
It's not either one of us.
I did in fact get grossed out by the meat, but that's okay because I had some potatoes and now I'm gonna have these cotton candy grapes and pineapple for dinner. Just mom things. I have tried to talk about this 3 times separately already in this vlog, and I just wasn't able to get anything out, so you're gonna have to bear with me, because if it looks like I've been crying, it's because I have been. I'm sorry if this vlog feels like there wasn't a ton going on, but this week in Nashville there was another school shooting, if you aren't aware, and you know, they all cause tears. They all do. And this one of course just hit a little bit harder because it happened miles down the road. And then I start seeing connections that I have with people that knew people that were victims. And there were 6 lives lost, 3 children and 3 adults. And one of my friends was one of the little girls' previous teacher. And she just described her as a ray of sunshine. And she was the little girl that was killed trying to pull the fire alarm to save more students. Her name was Evelyn, and I will be leaving links that I have if you are able to donate, or if you can just take a moment and read these family stories and keep them close to your hearts, because there are parents that dropped their kids off and didn't get to pick them up. And this just adds to the list of kids that are taken away from us in this country because of gun violence. Guns are the #1 cause of death in children in the United States. Not accidents, not sickness, nothing else, guns. So the argument that guns aren't the problem is just absolutely invalid. And no one wants to take away your hunting rifle. You can shoot your deer on the weekends. No one wants to take away the bedside pistol. You can have it for protection. There's no reason that weapons of war should be in the hands of civilians. There just needs to be stricter background checks. And I mean, it's just easier to get a gun than it is to get a driver's license or to register to vote. Like, I could go meet somebody in a Walmart parking lot and legally buy a gun, like, right now. How is that okay? And I don't know anything about them. Education is just so important, and it would just be absolute. I try to keep things so positive. I want this to be a place where people can come and escape and just smile for a minute. But it would be irresponsible of me to not use my platform to say enough is enough. And we have to protect our children, not our guns. Sorry, I had to get myself together. This is a fun place to vlog. I've never vlogged from this angle, but I was just like sitting here. I've been having to get out in nature the past few days because it's just been a week of grieving here. We're grieving, we're sad, we're mad, we're hurt, we're angry. It's so sad. You know, I went to the park with Luna and I did this big 8-mile walk just to be in Nashville and in nature and try to be peaceful. And I was like, oh, I feel so good. I'm so glad I did that. And on the way home, I passed a house with a huge tribute to one of the victims. And I mean, there's just no way that wasn't her house. So it's rough here in Nashville. And if you would just keep the families of the victims and the families of the survivors, because now all these parents have all of these children that just went through a tragedy and they just didn't deserve. So I'm going to leave all of the links that I can under this video of places that you're able to, like I said, either donate if you can, or like I said, just read the stories so that you can keep them in your prayers, in your heart, close to your just soul. The only way we can get through this is together. So I don't want to end this vlog on a bad note, but I've really tried to put it in other places and I just have not been able to get words out, and we just haven't really been able to be in front of the camera too much this week. So thank you so much for giving us that space, and if you are also in Nashville, please know that you're not going through this alone. We are all hurting. let me just do something else to end this vlog. I can't end it with me crying, so let me get myself together, and then the next thing I do, we'll outro with, okay? I love you guys. I truly do.
This is what I want to do every second ever.
Well, you gotta tell them what you did this morning.
So this morning, I got makeup ready, got my hair ready, put a cute little outfit on, and I went over to Cast Collective, which, if you remember, that is where we did our merch photo shoot. And I'm gonna be their little intern for a while, and it's just beyond such a good opportunity because I will learn so much from her that I can never learn by myself, and I'm just so excited to start
It's such a good opportunity, you
this.
guys, truly. I was talking to my friend that owns Cast Collective at Reagan's grand opening, and was kind of telling her what Annika wants to do kind of after high school, and she was like, that's literally the job that I hire interns for. Like, would she want to work for me? And I was like, oh my god, Erin Dugan. This girl is the smartest. She knows, like, that's exactly what Annika is, like, wanting to learn. It's crazy.
Crazy.
You excited?
I'm so excited.
When do you start?
Monday.
Monday. What you gonna do? Buy with your first check?
I don't know.
Okay. Hopefully that was a much happier note to end the vlog on. Thank you so much for watching this video, and we will see you in the next one.
Bye. My hands with weasel.
Oh, my hands with weasel.
Here, here.